Sup guys, Flare Burst here. This is gonna be my first commentary, so be kind of gentle with the criticism. Don't be all like hating on me because I'm not that good at it yet, but I'll eventually get better. So just hear me out and hear what I have to say. For the most part, I'm actually gonna ignore the gameplay because I'm gonna try and focus on explaining how I got into Call of Duty and how I got actually better at it. Well, firstly, getting this game was actually a mistake because I went to GameStop to buy the new Resident Evil 5, but it just happened to be that GameStop was having a buy one get one free used game sale going on. So I'm like, hey, I have some extra money to spare. I might as well get a free game. But the problem was I actually didn't know which game to get. I didn't specifically want any other game besides Resident Evil. But it just happened to be that I read a review about actually COD 4 on a gaming website before I left to go buy Resident Evil 5. And it turns out that most of the gaming websites rated it fairly well. It was very high up. It was like 8 out of 10s, like 9 out of 10. So I'm like, hey, I might try this out. I was kind of skeptical at first, actually, because it was a genre I actually wasn't in before. I was always playing like RPGs and like fighting games and action games and like Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. But I actually decided to try out COD 4, the first-person shooter genre, and it actually turned out to be a really good idea. Because I ended up really loving this game and spent like my whole summer playing it. Well, anyway, when I was at GameStop, I had two choices. I could either get the regular COD 4 edition for the PS3, or I can get the Game of the Year edition. It just happened to be that I lucked out and bought the Game of the Year edition. And supposedly, like, the newer actually reproduced Game of the Year edition for COD 4 actually doesn't include the variety map pack, but it just happened to be when I went to GameStop and bought my Game of the Year edition one, the guy who sold it into GameStop actually still kept the voucher inside. So I got the variety map packs for free, so that was good for me. And I just ended up playing it. And at first, I was actually super terrible at the game. I was just so bad at the game. I was going for like 1 for 10, 2 for 15 each game. I was just terrible, and I was getting frustrated. I wanted to get better at the game, and I just had no clue how I was gonna do this. It was just making me really frustrated, and I like rage quit. But there was like a magical barrier bringing me back into COD 4. My mind was like, you must play COD 4, and I was like, alright! And I just ended up making myself so angry so many times, but I eventually got better. The game type that actually helped me the most to get better at COD 4 was Search and Destroy, actually. I found out that most of the good guys in the game hung out at Search and Destroy because it showed the most skill. And I decided that if I played Search and Destroy only until I got better, then I would get better too, because logically, if you're playing with good people, you'll eventually catch on to how they're playing, and there's actually a kill cam you can watch when you die at the end of the round. So I got to watch how they played the game, and I eventually adapted that into my play style, and I became a better player overall. I also like the pressure that they put on you in Search and Destroy, because if your teammates just go out there and run out like idiots and like kill themselves, and you know they do, and you're the last guy left, you're forced to clutch it, or it's game over. You lose the round. That's it. Boom, gone. You're dead. So I actually like the pressure they put on you. So you have to clutch the round, and they'll actually make you look good because all of your teammates had to watch you do it. And it will show how much skill you have in the game actually compared to everyone else if you clutch the whole game. It'll make you feel really good. Plus, Search and Destroy makes you better because you have to watch your surroundings. because you only have one life and you gotta make it count. So actually the commentary is coming to an end, and so is the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned, because I'm probably gonna end up making more videos, because I'm actually getting back into playing and recording COD 4. I go 25-3 this game, and see you next time.